Kia ora. Welcome to my morning ramble on Friday the 9th of November 2022. I'm experimenting this morning with the GoPro Hero 11, just seeing how this thing operates, and whether I'll use this as kind of my blogging tool, I guess, moving forward, or use it for more specific stuff later. Not much to report really. My foot has improved and improving. I've had some friends who sort of mentioned, you know, maybe there's a possibility of gout or some other things like that. I mean, that is still possible, I guess, but the bottom line is, at the moment, all the pain is around the side of my left foot, where the small bones are there, and I have a sneaking suspicion I probably did something to those. So this is the price you pay. Not sure really what to kind of ramble about today. I started getting back into doing some more creative stuff again with some gaming. I know I'd said I'd put gaming aside, but with all the quote-unquote logical stuff that we've been doing, I kind of felt that I needed to keep that up, because it's A, who I am, and B, it involves writing and as much as anything else. So I'm getting back into that again, working on my Marik game that we'd been running for a few years as a house game campaign, and even ran at Gen Con one year. So we shall see how that actually plays out, no pun intended. But it's just a bit of a welcome distraction from other stuff, and particularly with all the indoorsy rain that we've been having. It's something to do that doesn't involve having to go outside and get wet and all that kind of thing. So there is that. Our solar's arrived. I had to order some more cables. Boo-boo on my part. Well, not really boo-boo, but the original plan was to just run with the Delta Pro and not kind of worry too much about this. But we decided to try and squeeze some more solar in before the year end, because, you know, tax credits. And the bottom line here is that when I went back and looked at my designs and plans, and that I realized I needed a different gauge of wire. So I've had to go and get some 10 gauge 10 AWG wiring for the system. To be honest, it'll run quite happily on the 12, which I have, but the risk you run is that you get power drop as the solar comes in, and the 10 gauge basically handles that better. For the system that we have, it's probably relatively inconsequential, but when we start adding more panels or bigger panels, it will definitely make a difference, and I'd rather cable it right once and then not have to re-cable it again. So yeah, there's a bit of a learning curve here, which I thought I'd share as a oopsie. But you know, these things are part of the process. So I don't know what to add. Weather has not been particularly good. We've still got more rain coming before we get a bit of sun. We have had to fire up the generator to power up the battery, mainly because we're using more our laptops and things more. I think I mentioned I have a new laptop. I'll probably review that at some stage as well. I did make a review, I think I mentioned it and then it got eaten, so I gave up. But the new laptop's running really well. As long as I'm not doing anything like playing Minecraft or something on it, which is really graphics intense, apparently. We found out that's been killing Dawn's laptop real quick. So because running on default settings, it just grinds the GPU and it just sucks out the power and the battery, and then boomfa. So we've had a little bit of learning about how our devices work, and you know, the realization that we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto, and we have to be a little more circumspect with our power consumption. So, anyways, generators had a little bit of use because it's been wet and rainy and miserable, and we haven't had a lot of power. It has been power, weirdly, through the cloud cover even, but just not enough to really sufficiently keep the Delta Pro operational. So just one of those things. So that's really about it. Through the torrential rain, we seem to have survived pretty well. The barn that Dawn put up is is holding up really well. The floor is actually surprisingly dry in it, but because we've had so much rain through, of course, it has crept in under the edges there. So we will need to be looking at what we're going to do for flooring for that. I am going to, after this, I'm going to start the unboxing of our solar stuff. We bought a cart to put it all on, just temporarily, because the next phase of the solar build out will be more battery storage. Probably not an extra inverter, but definitely more battery storage. Though I might get another inverter if we think it's worthwhile. But the just coming into here, the boxes there. Yeah, the cart is basically just to keep everything elevated off the floor, so it's a bit easier to work on. So that will be next, and I'm going to call this my morning ramble for today. Got some stuff to get on with. The rain has stopped pouring out of the sky, so I will take advantage of the fact that we have some reasonable light and get on with this next bit. Hope you all are well. Take care. I'll ramble again tomorrow. Ciao.